Good morning. Good morning, folks. We're live on all our channels now. Thank you for joining me this morning. We really appreciate it. I'm going live on all the channels as well now. So we're just going, takes a minute or two to go live on our Instagram. Instagram is always lags behind. Don't ask me why. Never have an idea why Instagram is always lagging behind. But we are live now on our Instagram accounts as well, which is brilliant. So, good morning. Thursday morning. What a fantastic morning. Unless you're living in Dublin and you have a massive protest in Dublin at the moment regarding the fuel crisis, which is stopping a lot of people getting to work. Well, equally, they're making a point in that and how hard it is to survive if you're in haulage or if you're in truckage or you have a van and you're driving every day for work because of the price of fuel. On your simple weather today, we're going to have a high of 12 in Dublin, which is fantastic, and a high of 20 in London. London was fantastic yesterday. The sun was out. It was lovely. I have a family member who was over there working, and after work, she was having a glass of rosé in the sun. What better way on a Wednesday to enjoy a Wednesday in the sun in London? So there you go. Fantastic. So I want to talk to you about something that Richard Branson wrote a story there. I was telling a story a while ago about how he started off with his magazines, right? Selling his music magazines. And he said when he started off, there was no internet, no Google, no Facebook, no such thing as database. He didn't have access to that. He didn't even have an office, right? He didn't even have an office. His office was a phone booth, or a phone box. If anybody remembers that, we used to have phone boxes in Dublin and London and Paris and New York where you could walk into a little cubicle and there's a phone in there and you use that phone by putting money into it. For those people who don't know what a phone box is, that's what a phone box is. Okay? If you're still not sure, Google it. Okay? Google it. So he used that, and he also used the phone book. Now again, the phone book, for anyone who's very young, the phone book was a massive book of this thick and had all the telephone numbers from A to Z of everyone who had a phone. And also then you had the golden pages, which was an advertisement for all the businesses from A to Z. And that's why you had an awful lot of companies used to call themselves AA alarms or AAA alarms or AAA electricians, because they wanted to be the first in their section. And that's what it was all about. Your name, you couldn't call yourself Zebra Electronics, because you're Zebra Electronics, you're at the end of the golden pages. So for those who remember the golden pages, and again, if you're not sure what it looks like, look her up on Google. Okay. So Richard tells a story of how he had his notebook and he had his telephone book, and his whole aim was that he started making calls. He started making calls to companies, explaining about his magazine and how his magazine was going to be so successful and hitting their audience that they would be mad not to advertise it. He said he tried to sound bigger than he was. He tried to sound that he was huge, but it was only himself and the telephone box and the yellow and the telephone book. And he was making the point that he kept ringing people, and he rang a load and they all said no. And then he got his first sale. So he had his first ad for his magazine. Then he got his second ad, his third ad, his fourth one. He said he just kept ringing till he had enough ads and enough revenue to launch that edition and have the money to pay for it to be printed. And his whole point was, don't wait to be ready when you're launching your business. Don't wait to have everything ready and everything right. And instead, right, I meet many people, and I've done it myself. You feel you have to have your website spot on. You have to have the color spot on, the writing, the information. You need to have everything there right before you launch your business. Pure rubbish. People feel they have to have the right business card. Make sure you have your business card ready. Make sure you have your compliment slips. Make sure you have your headed note paper. Let's go and do it. Only when you have all that can you launch your business? Pure rubbish. People think, well, I have to have the right premises, have to look the right way. I have to wait till I get my first customer before I officially launch my business. Pure and utter rubbish. If you have an idea, start now. Don't wait till everything is going in your favor. Because here's the reality of it. It will never, ever be going in your favor. It just won't. Okay? It just won't. I just remind people, no matter where you're listening this morning, hit that follow button or hit that subscribe button. So it will never, ever go your way. And you'll never be 100% ready. Just go with it. And as your business is growing and developing, and as you're adding on more customers and doing more stuff, then update your website, update your image, update your business card, update whatever you have to update. But start it off. So what if your e-commerce platform is not ready? Put a phone number up and get people to ring you. Take their details, take the credit card information, process it, send out the order. If your e-commerce platform isn't ready, and I hope ready for another week, don't delay. Get out there and start doing it now. And that's the whole secret of it. I'll tell you a very true story. Many years ago, I had a DVD rental business, and we were based in Dublin. And this was before Netflix came, and we sent out the DVDs in the post to people, like what Netflix did in the early days. So we had DVD rentals, and we sent them out. When we went live, first of all, when we went live, we had none of the videos that were advertised on our site for rental. We had none of them. None. As people placed their orders for these rental DVDs, I went out and bought them. If I had bought everything we had on the website, we would have loads of DVDs I would never use, never ask for. So we launched the website, the first version of it. We had 6 versions. The first version, we had no DVDs. And as people ticked the box to rent the DVDs and signed up for the monthly subscription, I went out then to buy the DVDs. But I didn't buy them new because they were too expensive. In Ireland, to rent a DVD, it had to be a special edition of the DVD that says rental only on it. And to buy them new was anything from 24 to 45, 50 euros. So I went and bought them secondhand in Exhibition in the video store. I bought them. A lot of the video stores, 2 weeks after the video came out, after the big demand for rental was gone, they started selling them off, and I bought them for maybe 10 quid a go. That's when I bought them. But then also, during the DVD rental business, one of the things we said was, how do we grow numbers fast? Let's approach businesses who have a customer base. So we approached Superquinn. And we said, how about we do a DVD rental business for you called Superquinn Movies? And we're the back end. We do all the work. But we had to make them think we're bigger than we were. So we told them we are bigger, we loads of customers, we're doing fantastic. But we weren't. And we did that for a few companies. And we told them we'd done this before and we knew technology. We didn't. But we won the business and then we built it. And on another occasion, I wanted to find a company that was selling products directly in the customers that we could put leaflets into. So I approached Virgin Wines in the UK because we're now launching the UK version of our DVD rental business. Because we reckon if we could do it well here, we could do it in the UK. And I went to my Virgin Wines, fantastic MD. I forget his name now, young chap at the time. He's probably got on to some greater things now. And we explained our concept. And they loved it. And they said, right, would you give our members maybe 25% discount in the first month of rentals? And I said, yes. Now, our cash flow was rubbish because we still weren't making money. So cash was very tight. It was very tight. We only had about 2,000 or 3,000 customers in Ireland. We were growing slowly. because some people still prefer to go down to the exhibitions and the blockbusters and pick their DVDs off the shelf. So we haven't got loads of money to advertise who we were. So we're doing it slowly and we're growing. But we wanted to move up the chain fast. We wanted to grow the business fast. Because I was also very conscious that Netflix in the States were getting bigger and they were going to come to the UK. And by coming to the UK, we're going to come to Ireland because all they had to do was register a .ie domain name. That's what was going to happen. It's simple as that, right? And I was right. So I went to met Virgin Wines. And he said, Mark, I love your idea. Fantastic. Love your idea. We'd like to do something with you. I said, oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Right. So I said, what we'll do is we design a leaflet for you. We put it into your wine boxes every month. And when your wine boxes are going out. So when your customers order their wine online, then, and this was Virgin Wines online, they would then open the box of wine and there's a leaflet from ourselves saying something like, with this lovely bottle of wine, how would you like to enjoy a movie? 25% off or 50% off your first month rental. And I said, this is brilliant. This will do great for us. But then I asked him a crucial question. I said, right, how many boxes of wine do you send out a month? And he said, 70,000, but we're growing. 70,000 boxes of wine they were sending out a month. And the first thing I thought of was, how the hell am I going to afford to print at least 70,000 leaflets to go into all these boxes? And then what happens if 10% of those turn into customers? That'd be an extra 7,000 videos a month. And how will I afford to pay for that? But being dyslexic, being entrepreneurial, my first challenge was, let's get a deal done with these. In my view, if I did a deal with these people, well then we will find the money. I took the same view when we approached HMV about doing an online DVD rental business for them. We went over to meet HMV and we did a deal to do a HMV video rental business for them. And again, our worry was, how do we fund all this? That they were going to pay us X amount of money to launch this business for them and to manage it for them. So that money was going to help us print the leaflets for the Virgin online wines. So we found a combination of doing different things to make things happen. If we had waited till we had the money, if we had waited till everything was right, if we had waited till we have 7,000 DVDs in stock, we would never have launched the business. We would never have done those deals. And that's the thing. You can't wait. If you want to launch a new business, go out and do it. You can add on the bits as you get there. You can get the fancy website. You can get the fancy printing, the fancy business card, and all that good stuff. But don't wait till everything is right for you. It doesn't work like that. Say, do my magic drink. It doesn't work like that. You need to get out there now. Same way, I know we have somebody who is launching their own website for jewelry, but on one of our TikTok followers, but they're not waiting till the website's perfect to launch the business. They're already selling their jewelry. They're already doing it now. We have another chap who's going to be launching a coffee shop in Skerries, and my advice to him would be, don't wait till the shop is 1000% perfect. When you have your coffee machine, when you have your chairs and your tables in there and you're doing stuff, still get the business going. Start getting the word out there. Don't wait till everything's perfect. Let's get rocking. Let's get rolling. That's what it's all about. So don't wait till everything is ready in your business. Just don't. Add on, build up, and find ways to make things happen. If you're going to win a big lump of business and you're worried about where you're going to find the investment, make that business happen, don't worry about that. Win the business first and then tackle the second part of it when you have won the business. Because if you keep worrying about how you're going to fund that now before you even win it, you won't win it. You've sent the message out to the universe, I can't afford to do this. I haven't got the skill set. I haven't got the money. I haven't got the resources. So you won't win it. I wouldn't have got the contract for Virgin Wines. We wouldn't have got the contract for HMV. We wouldn't have got the contract for Super Value if we had sat there and said, we can't do this because we haven't got the money for the stock. We haven't got the staff. We haven't got the resources. I wanted to win the business first. I was always pushing, and then we'll find it. Then we'll find a way to do it. Get it first, and then you can solve the next part. Because there's no point having the resources to do it and the skill set to do it, and then you don't win the business. You don't get it. It will have been a waste of money, waste of your time, and a waste of resources. Put your energy in to getting the things moving, getting the business moving, getting your first customer, getting your first 2 customers. Then worry about finding the stock to supply them. One thing will follow the other. And anyone who runs their own business will tell you, when you win business, you always find a way to support that, supply that business customer, or service that customer. You'll always find a way to do it. Because once you win the business, which is one of the hardest things to do, you will find a way to mind that business and to grow it and to mind that customer and to develop that customer into something else. You always will. Okay? You always. So that's for me this morning, folks. And back tomorrow morning, Friday. Don't forget, if you're looking for any information on all our shows are up there on podcast. We've got 35 shows, 40 shows up there on podcast, covered everything from cash flow management to crisis management, developing the businesses, the goals setting. We have a whole load of stuff up there. Just look out for it on the podcast. Just type my name into wherever you get your podcast and you'll find me there. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. My name is Mark Beggs. If you need to have a cup of coffee with me, markbeggs@gmail.com. Have a great day, folks. Take care.